Okay, we're doing revision from yesterday on the congruent triangles. So, do you remember what what pair of congruent triangles are?
Yep.
Yeah? Same what?
Same angles, same size.
Same angles and same sides. So we're doing 10 quick questions on this. So, all right, there's two right angle triangles. All right, and they're supposed to be the same. Supposed to look the same. All right, this one is A, B, C, and this one is D, E, and F. All right, they are congruent. So I'm going to ask you 10 quick questions on that. All right, number one. Which angle is equal to angle A? Which angle is equal to angle D? Number three, if angle A is 30 and angle B is 60, what size is angle E? Number four, what size is angle D? Which line is equal to BC? Which line is equal to BC? Number six, which line is equal to EF? And, okay, if AB is 5, right, and BC is 3, and AC is 4 centimetres, all right, how long is DF? Number 8, how long is EF? Number 9, the triangles ABC and FED are congruent. Write that using the symbol. Do you want me to repeat it?
Yeah.
Triangle ABC and triangle FED. And number 10, which is the hypotenuse of triangle ABC? The hypotenuse. Okay, who wants to answer them? Okay.
Number 1, angle F.
Yep.
Number 2, angle C.
Yes.
Number 3, 60 degrees.
Yes.
Number 4, 90 degrees.
Yes.
Number 5, ED.
Yep.
Number 6, AB.
Yes.
Number 7, 4 centimetres.
Yes.
Number 8, 5 centimetres.
Yes.
Number 9, triangle ABC is congruent with 3 lines.
3 lines.
Triangle DEF.
She hasn't got it right. Triangle what?
FED. You said FED.
Why did I say FED?
Because that tells us that it's the same.
What's the same?
Like F equals A.
So F equals A, and what's equal to C?
D.
D, and B equals E. So you've really got to write these in the same order.
And
All right?
AB.
Why?
10 is AB. Just to show the congruence, to show the relationship between them. I know. And I didn't say it that way, did I? Who got them all right? That's pretty good. Who got 9 right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Right. Number 10 was AB. All right. Okay. I've got a worksheet for you to do, and you've got to work in groups of 3 or 4. So that'll be that group. So if you two, Angela and Laura, if you can come down the front and work with the front two. Just bring your chairs down, don't worry about... What do you need? You need your protractors. You can bring a desk down if you want a little bit more room to work on, or you might just move your pencils. Just turn around till I finish talking to you. All right? So you've got 5 here.
Yep. 1, 2.
Oh, that'll do. That'll be all right. Can you talk together?
What did you want me to move?
Yes. Yeah, one of you move down there, 1, so you've got a group of 3, and one of you can work with one of these. All right, Angela? You can work with Ewan and... All right? Then you've got just one down there. Here's it. All right?
How am I going to work?
Bring a chair. Yeah, you can bring that. Yeah, bring the table over. No. All right, I'll go through the instructions with you. Right. I'll read through the instructions, and girls, read through the instructions as I go through it. What you're doing is you're actually finding the rules for a pair of congruent triangles, and you're trying to find the minimum rules. So the task, you need to produce a list of instructions so that anyone following them will construct exactly the same triangle. It's got a list of what you need, and the first part, steps 1 and 2, each person in the group, on the piece of paper on the back here, it says your triangle. You construct a triangle on that page without showing the rest of your group, and you write down the steps of how you did it. All right? Then, after everybody's done that in your group, you take turns to read your instructions out to the group, and they can use the paper at the back. I've done a variety of colours. You should be able to fit 3 on one page, but I've given you an extra page as well in case you can't. So you will be drawing 3 triangles, or 2. If there's 2 in the group, if there's 3 in the group, you'll be drawing the other 2 triangles. If there's 4 in the group, you'll be drawing 3. So one person, say Laura here, will read out her instructions, and the other 2 will actually follow her instructions. All right? If you then, when she's finished, you have a look at it and see if they're exactly the same. If they're not, you can go back and change your instructions so that they actually work. All right? And then each other person in the group does that. So each person takes a turn to read out their instructions to the others in the group, and they follow it. You're not to actually look at what they did. You actually have to follow the instructions.
Do you make up the instructions with yourself, or are they on you?
No, you make up your own instructions. Depends on what you're drawing. Right? You make up your own triangle. And what you're going to end up with is a minimum set of instructions, so the least number of steps that you need to draw your triangle. Now, there's 4 different ways of doing it. So if there's 3 or 4 of you, you might end up with totally different ways. So you've got to decide what you need for the minimum number of steps for your triangle. All right? Is it going to be all sides? Is it going to be all angles? What is it going to be? Is it going to be all 6? Do you need all 6 angles and all 6 sides? All right, so go ahead and start that. So you've got to draw your triangle first on the second page, and then write down your instructions.
You had your snack this morning. Is there a spare one in the drawer?
Don't think so. Just borrow. No. Just borrow one. Yep. Draw your triangle first. All right? Draw your triangle first. You draw it on the second sheet, the top of the second sheet.
Where it says your triangle.
Yep.
You need to draw two, don't you?
No, just one.
Now I'm confused.
You draw the triangle first, yes. Everyone draws a triangle and writes down their instructions.
Alright.
Just one triangle.
Draw the triangle.
You use your protractor and your compass to draw the triangle.
Can I toast this?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll use it after.
But you're not going to draw the same triangle, are you? No. All right, and how are you going to know what size the angle is? Or the length of the line? No.
Sharpen the pencil.
Yeah, that's all right. Yep. Just go and sharpen it. Pardon? Yes, you can.
Is that what we're going to be doing? Finding the angles as well?
It's not going to be the same one as Kate's, is it? Yeah, you've got to find... It depends on how you're going to draw it, how you want them to draw it. You can either find angles or you can find sides, or a combination of both.
So I could write all my angles and all my sides on that?
You could, but that's not the minimum number.
Oh, seriously?
So you've got to end up with the minimum number that you need. So at what stage have they drawn your triangle without you having to add on the rest of the instructions? You might have a lot of instructions to start with, and then you find after a couple that they've actually drawn it. All right? Yeah. You should be drawing yours up here.
I am.
Oh, right, yeah.
Measuring.
Okay. Now, you shouldn't be looking. You're not supposed to know what it looks like.
I need to make a measurement. I'm going to measure it. It's like about the middle dweller, like 5 point whatever.
Yes, you'll have to. Yeah.
I'm up to 2, right? Can we count it?
Have you finished? Have you all finished? When all of 3 or 4 of you have finished the triangle, you can start. The first person can start reading theirs out. If the rest have finished, yes. Has Jessica finished?
When we write the instructions, will it be here?
Yes.
And when we write it, would it be draw up
It's whatever your instructions are going to be. It can be a combination of the size of the length of the sides or angles. Depends on what you want to do. You're going to try them and find out. They're going to try them. If they don't draw the same as what you've got, it wasn't. If they draw the same, it was right. Okay?
Okay, like SH.
Is that right? Just like
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, well, you've got to read it out to the other two now. They're not to know what you've got.
I know, but
Yes.
is that all we have to do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Draw an arc
Right, yeah.
from S.
You ready?
They both do it. Depends. If it works, if they draw the same triangle as you've got, it works. If not, you change it. All right? So you've got to try it.
Yeah, okay, halfway.
We're just waiting for narrative.
No, halfway around, going all the way around. Draw a half circle. She's deliberately not responding. I'm responding. Draw a half circle. Because we're the issue. I said, oh, okay. Yes, there you go. Okay, now go to H. Yes. Make radius 6 centimeters. Okay, have you done that? Yes. Now, draw an arc from H bisecting the arc from S. Okay.
Using the compass to measure the distance 6
So like now, draw a line from N to S.
Yes.
Oh, trace a set square and measure each angle.
No.
It's 2 millimeters.
No, I don't want that.
That's what I didn't think.
I want lines and angles.
That's what I thought.
All right?
Yep.
Because they might have a different size set square.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
True?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So when you've all finished your instructions, you can start reading them out. Now you've got to cut them out and paste them on and see if they fit. All right? And then you get to keep them. You can paste them down here. All right? Did it work?
I knew how to say radius. I had to say it was an interval.
Right. If they've worked, you need to cut them out and give them back to Jessica. Oh, right, yeah, okay.
So what was that? Place the point of...
This makes a radius of 5 centimeters.
Okay. I'm not ready.
I think mine's right.
You'll find out, won't you?
I drew a line
Yes.
and I sort of bisected.
So did you decide that that was important or the length of the line was important?
The length of the angle.
Angle. So that's all you... So try that. All right?
Interval AB is vertical and it's 5 centimeters. Interval AB is
I think you can see they're pretty right, can't you?
AC
Yep.
horizontal.
then measures 3 centimeters.
So did it work? Interesting, but are they congruent? Cut them out and have a look. If they fit on top.
They're the same, but it's just on.
Yeah, that's fine. So cut them out. She didn't have to, did she? Oh, sorry. You could have swapped. Do you want a different colour? So you cut them out and give them. Is it yours, Natalie?
That's mine.
All right. So you can cut them out and give them to Laura, and she can paste them on hers. All right? Yeah. Pardon? Yeah. What's congruent triangles are triangles that have exactly the same sides. 3 sides are equal and 3 angles are equal.
I don't cut this out, do I?
No, you cut the other 2 out and put them. But you can cut these out. All right. She can cut. Natalie can cut hers out. All right.
This is mine.
So have you done one yet?
Yeah, we've done 2.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I know, you have to put it in.
Figured it out. I think anyway. I'm doing the measurement.
Right, yeah. You don't have to do the measurements. You can make a combination.
Just do a triangle and measure everything.
Yeah, and do the instructions on how to make it.
Okay, we'll see. 9 centimeters. I'm just getting.
That's fine. Yeah? All right?
First to draw a line of 6 centimeters.
Alright, you ready? Alright,
So have you done 2?
Mine's 8.5 centimetres long. Mine's 8.5.
Are you using a compass to draw the?
We had to measure the
All right.
It was 60 degrees.
That's all right.
And it was 6 centimetres long.
And then
6.
draw a line.
Draw a line at 40 degrees. That is 5.1 centimeters.
Okay, now let's go.
Good idea. We'll cut them out. We can't draw your degree.
Pardon?
What should we do now?
Have you done all of them, have you? Well, did you end up working out how many instructions you actually needed for each one?
Yep, I needed
You needed 4. What were they?
interval AB is vertical and measures 5 centimeters. Interval AC is horizontal, which equals.
So if you're saying horizontal, you're saying it's at an angle, aren't you? If you're saying one's vertical and one's horizontal,
and
then you're defining the angle between them, aren't you?
I'm saying it's a radical.
Yes.
Interval ABC is radical.
Right. So did they need all those instructions to finish your triangle?
Yes. Draw an
Yes.
arc on angle C, join interval BC, which is the hypotenuse, and draw a dot in angle B.
Right, so you started with a line that was vertical,
Yeah.
and then a line that was horizontal of a certain length, and then you joined them.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
Right angle.
Yes, and the right angle. So you had two sides and a right angle, and then
Yeah,
joined it,
and then
and then joined them.
the arc on angle C, and then join the interval.
Did you? What was the arc on angle C? Show me. Right. Did you actually have to have? So, did you tell them what length that was? No, you didn't have to.
Which is the height.
Join. Yes. Yeah. So you only needed the two sides and the right angle. Okay. And what did you need?
3.
And what was it?
Okay, I took my set square and drew a straight line 9 centimetres for the base. 92. But then laid 90 degree set square.
Pardon? How long was the base? Did you say?
9 centimetres.
Right. Yes. And so you drew a right angle as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2. I then laid 90 degree set square along the line, the end on the corner, and drew a straight line up 6.2 centimetres.
Yes.
Number 3, I then joined both ends up. With the right
So you had the same thing. You had a right angle and two sides.
Yeah, and the degrees were 90 degrees.
Did you have anything different?
No.
You had the same thing. You all did right angles.
Draw a horizontal line that is 9.5 centimetres long.
So no imagination. Right. So that's one of the. See if you can think of the same triangle. If you could have given different instructions to have done the same triangle. See if you can all end up with different ideas. So how did you end up?
Good. We haven't checked them. I won. Oh, Helen was. No, we all won.
Yeah. Were they all different?
No, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
So what was the same? What did you end up having to write? What did you end up having to draw?
Triangles.
Yeah.
Congruent triangles. They're all congruent.
Yes. But what were the instructions?
I could draw an 8 centimetre line.
Yes.
Make a radius of 5 centimetres.
Yeah.
Not say that.
Yeah. That's all right.
Place the point of the compass on the right end of the line and draw a circle.
Yes. Of what size?
Pardon?
Yeah.
With a 5 centimetre radius. Make a. I'll make a 7 centimetre radius and draw a circle from the left end of the line.
Yes.
And join all the points.
So what did you end up doing?
The edited version.
Was it all the sides, all the angles, a combination? What did you end up with?
All the same sides. And
All the sides, yeah. Yeah, but you end up with all the same angles, but what did you tell them to draw? Sides or angles?
Sides.
All sides.
Yeah.
Did you draw all sides?
I said an angle of 60 degrees and then 2 lines.
Which lines?
The beginning line,
Yes.
AB, 10
Yes.
centimetres long, and then an angle of 60 degrees at A,
Yes.
and draw a line 6 centimetres long.
From where?
From A.
From A, yep. So you've got 2 lines and an angle. Rightio. And what did you end up with, Sonia? Yours were all lines as well.
Yes. Draw an 8 centimetre interval.
Right.
Make a radius of 5 centimetres. Draw an arc. Make a radius of 6. Draw arc from H bisecting arc from X to form point S.
Bisecting. Oh, you mean intersecting? Yeah. So you did end up with 3 sides.
No, yes, it was.
Yeah. Rightio.
What's the difference between bisecting?
Bisecting means to cut it in half.
Why?
But it did bisect it.
And cut it in half.
Depends on how long the line is.
It was half line.
Yes, Laura.
How many times do you have to go through them?
Just once. You have to do one each. Are you finished? Yes.
Almost. She's just already has.
Rightio.
Okay.
We did all ours and they all fitted in that.
Yes.
With Louise's, we did.
When you cut them out, you usually cut them out to see if they fit. Yeah, that's
The
all right.
angles were all the same. We measured
Yes.
the angles and all that.
Rightio.
With Louise's, she didn't give us any angles,
Yeah, that's okay.
but with mine, I gave the angles. Is that alright?
So which angles did you give?
I gave a 5 centimetre line and then
Yes.
a right angle with another 5 centimetre line.
Right, okay. And did you do anything different, Merida?
Yes, and Meredith is good. I like Meredith all the time.
Yeah. So what did you start with?
I started with a 6 centimetre line,
Yes.
horizontal, and then found halfway 3 centimetres and put a dot.
Yeah.
The centre point of the protractor on the dot.
Yes.
And then you find 70 degrees.
Yes.
You draw a line and put a dot. Then you connect the top point to the bottom right point of the 6 centimetre line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there it is. See how she has
Yes.
it like that?
Yes.
And then you put the pencil on the top dot again and join it to the first, like the left hand.
Well, that was very different.
I liked her.
Yeah. So you really, what was the minimum number of instructions? So you ended up with an angle there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that was a length, so that determined a point, didn't it? So really, you've drawn that triangle first, haven't you? Haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that line and that line drawing that angle. So you've ended up with 2 triangles.
Yeah.
That one and that one.
Yeah.
That one had a line and an angle.
Yeah.
That one had an angle, a line and a line as well.
Yeah.
All right? Is everyone nearly finished? Yes. So far we've only had 2 types. There's 4. There's 4 types that you can do. If I've had a look at yours, girls, if I've had a look at yours, see if you can draw the same triangle in a different way, using different instructions. You can right next to it, yes. How did you go with yours? What did you end up with? But what did you draw?
I drew a triangle.
What did you start with?
6 centimetre line, then I just did compass points and joined it.
So you just did 3 sides? The length of 3 sides?
No, but I didn't include the length.
Yes.
I just said draw a 6 centimetre line, set your compass to 3 centimetres, draw an arc from each end and join it.
So that one's 3 centimetres, and how long's that one?
The compass, yeah, they'd be 3 centimetres.
Both of them are 3. So you've done the length of the bottom line and the length of each side.
No, the length of this, like how much apart, and then
Yeah, well that determines the length of the line, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what have you done? The same?
no,
You've done something different?
used a protractor.
And what did you do?
Did 8 centimetre line.
Yes.
And then we got the protractor and did 60 degrees.
Yes.
And doing that, and then joined those together and found the measurements of them.
So you found the length of that?
Yeah.
Right. So it's 2 sides and an angle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right, girls, we'll stop now and I'll discuss what you've been doing. Right, there's been basically 2 different sorts that have come out. All right, first of all, most people are starting with a line of a certain length, and lots of you are drawing another line here of a certain, I'll make this cross first. You're saying how long that will be by drawing an arc from the point, and you're saying how long the second line will be by drawing another arc from the end of the other point, and you're joining it up. So you're defining the length of the 3 sides. Okay? So 3 sides. And there's another one that a lot of people have been doing, which is the one that Justine did. What's yours, Justine?
With the protractor.
Yeah. First of all, you started with a line, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 60 degrees.
Right, so you draw a line 60 degrees here.
And then that's 6 centimetres.
So then you determine the length of the line, and then you join those up. So what she's done is what a lot of other people have done. If you've got the line, that line, so 2 sides and an angle. In every single one of those that worked, where did you notice the angle was? In between the 2 lines, in the middle. All right? So the angle had to be between the 2 lines.
Yes, I put that in my notes. See, the 2 sides must be of the angle.
That's good. 2 sides must be?
The two, because you said the minimum, and
Yeah.
I said the 2 sides must be of the angle.
Oh, right, so it's the 2 sides of the angle, yes. Some people have done the angle on the left. Some people have made it a right angle, but they're still defining it. There's 2 other ways of doing it. Helen?
Is it different if
Yes, it is.
I just put that there.
Yeah. So you've got a line,
Line, and then AB.
AB.
And at A you make it 60 degrees and just draw a line extending.
Yes.
And at B you make an angle 37 degrees
Yep.
until they intersect.
So that's another way of doing it. Yes, Kate.
Another way is you get 90
Hang on, I'll just write this one up. A side and 2 angles. All right? And what's the other one, Kate?
90 degree angle and
Yes.
join the other side up.
And you join the other side up.
Join the two.
Right, you've got a 90-degree angle. What are you going to define? What else are you going to tell me? You said, I've got a 90-degree angle. What else are you going to tell me? The length of the sides. So you've got the length of that side and the length of that side. Is that the same as anything I've done?
Well, most of them haven't said what length. You've only said what length one
Like the
side should
bisecting one, you still
You got the bisecting one.
The two sides at an angle.
It's like the 2 sides an angle, only the angle this time is 90. But it is to do with a right angle. The right angle can be special. Yes.
Is it like the Pythagorean theorem?
Doesn't
No.
2 angles at the top add up?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That angle's up the top.
Yeah.
Those 2 angles have to add up to 90.
They have to add up to 90 degrees, but if I define the 3 angles, will I get congruent triangles?
Yes.
no,
Why not?
because they'll be different lengths.
They could be different lengths. So I could have another one exactly the same, only smaller, with the same 3 angles. So 3 angles is no good. But I've still got this right angle here. I can define it as 2 sides and an angle, or I can also define one side and the other side, the hypotenuse, and it will always be the same with a right angle triangle. All right? So this one is written as SAS, side, angle, side, and the A goes in the middle to show you that the angle has to be between the 2 sides. This one is written as, can you guess? SSS. This one? AAS or SAA. Yep. And the last one is R for right angle, H for hypotenuse, and S for side. All right, doesn't matter which side. Right, I just want you to start activity. By the way, to finish this off, paste those triangles in here that match yours. All right? And in your book, page 343, No, you did the other. Right, page 343, this number 1, 2, 3 and 4 explains what we've been doing. So if you need to go and read those, you can, but I want you to start activity 17.1. And where it says, for number 1, it says, are these triangles congruent? Why? I would just want you to write SSS, SAS, AAS or RHS, whichever applies. So the first one, which one will it be? Question 1 on activity 17.1. Yes. Yep. Girls, just listen, please. Number 1, it says, are these triangles congruent? Why? Some people have been calling out. It's SSS because the 3 sides are equal. Can you see that? And you've got to name the pairs of equal corresponding angles. So when it says, are these triangles congruent, and it says why, just say SSS. So start activity 17.1. If you've got any questions, I'll ask you. I'll also check your homework.
You said that was
No, I said it was due today. Your homework, you had to do the investigation activity. Yeah. Just want to check that you've done it. So, is anyone away today? I don't think so, no. Okay, so, did you do your homework? Yeah, you just had to do some... You had to do this. Yeah. All right? It was pretty easy. You just had to say which sides were equal. Right angle, hypotenuse and a side. All right? I'll write these down next lesson anyhow. I'll go over it. Girls, I'll go over these rules next lesson and write them down. But I just want you to start some of the examples. Did you homework? Good. Louise? Did you do your homework?
Yes. I accidentally did 2 and 2 as well. Like I did number 2 on the other page too.
These ones?
You went to one.
No, I did these ones too.
Oh, right, that's all right. That's basically what we were doing today. Did you realise?
Yes.
So you should have been clued up. You should have known the other two. Hello. Have you done your homework?
Yes, I did. I did those and these chapters 17.
Yes. Yeah, you just had to do the same thing. Helen?
Yeah.
Okay. Chrysanthi. Okay.
Which activity is it?
17.1 you're doing?
Page.
Yeah. So, yeah, just start those. All right. Did you do your homework? Good. Okay.
Very messy.
That's all right. Kate?
Yeah.
Good. Michaela? The other homework? Oh, rightio, good. Okay, that's when you didn't do it the other day. I'll tick that off. All right, I always give you a tick above the cross if you do it again. Elise, you weren't here. No. Pardon?
I was in bed with me.
You've been sick, haven't you? So you understand what we're doing today, even though you missed the lesson? Congruent triangles have exactly the same 3 sides equal and 3 angles equal. So go over the work that we did. Have a look at the beginning of the chapter of it, and also that sheet I gave you.
Oh, okay.
That's basically all it is. So it's just saying 3 sides are equal and 3 angles are equal.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah. How'd you go with the revision at the beginning of the lesson? Got a few right? Oh, good. That's all right. Nicole, did you do your homework? Yeah. Good. Did you do your homework, Mary? Good. Okay. So you did it. Okay. Ewan?
I wasn't here.
Rightio. You were here last lesson. Oh, you... Oh, right, okay. That's the end of the lesson. All right, I'll just check off. Girls, can you... Did everyone else do their homework? I haven't got round to checking you all. Who didn't? You're away, that's all right, Natalie. So everyone else did it? Marissa? For homework, I just want you to do down to the bottom of the page, down to number 4. page 344. Homework. The bottom of the page. All right, and that's due Friday, tomorrow. I'll collect your books tomorrow too. I didn't collect them last lesson. Right, girls, you may go. You keep them and put them in your book. Don't lose them.
Doing maths tomorrow.
I think so. Why?
I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to Newcastle.
Going to where?
Newcastle.
All right. What for? Anything interesting?
Yeah, my sister's got a competition and I have to go up there with my mum.
Yeah. So just do it. Finish that exercise. Yeah.
Well, I've got to try and find my diary so I can write it down too.
You'll know what you're up to.
Okay.
All right.